It's 8:30 on this Wednesday, January 28th.
You got it right.
January.
The last Wednesday.
Yeah.
I know. I can't believe it. Month's almost over.
And it'll be
It's the hardest month to spell. You know what gets me each time?
February.
Yeah.
Because technically it's February.
February. Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people. Yeah, well, February's coming on Sunday, guys.
Grammy Sunday.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then next Sunday will
Super
be
Bowl
Super Bowl Sunday.
Then Valentine's weekend.
Oh my gosh, then it'll be Christmas shopping.
See you in
Stop.
March.
See you in March.
Stop. But we do have some pretty nice weather here to round out the end of the month in January. Conversely, though, the other side of the country, my goodness, we are still going to look for some freezing conditions and really some severe weather as we head into this upcoming weekend for the east, the mid-Atlantic, the northeast, and parts of the Midwest again. For us, we've got a warming trend into the weekend. Today, it'll be nice. It'll be in the 70s, a mix of some sunshine and some clouds. So we're going to call it partly cloudy skies. But as we get into tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, we're flirting with some record highs as we expect highs to get back into the 80s. And if you're looking for storms to head our way, not going to do it. High pressure is going to stay locked in, and that's going to keep us protected from the storms through at least the first week of February. And it's a good thing we got all that rain the early part of this month, because look at all the red boxes here, including the last 3 days with above average highs. We had almost 2.5 inches, though, for the first 4 days of January, so that was good. That does help to still mitigate fire danger out there. Still got a lot of that moisture in our vegetation, so that helps significantly. We have a huge surplus right now in our bucket of over 7 inches above seasonal average. 54 degrees is what we're expecting for downtown LA. That wind coming out of the east. That northeasterly wind will get stronger as we get to tomorrow, and I do anticipate the potential for some wind advisories to go into effect. So just keep that in mind as you plan tomorrow into Friday. 74 today for downtown LA. Our sun will set later at 5:20 this afternoon. All right, let's head back over to Samada, get another look at our traffic conditions before you head out. Samada.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. We do have this brand new collision. We're going to take you out to the Pomona area. 2 vehicles collided here, westbound side of the 10 at Dudley Street, and the backup, it is quickly building behind that crash. We do have tow trucks en route, and obviously emergency crews also headed to the scene there on your approach towards the 57 through that location. Really slow and go. Northbound side of the 55 right there, the 22, an earlier collision here in the center divider area. We do have a lot of activity, and the delays continue to add up through that stretch, through the Orange area. And speaking of Orange County, the 22 at City Drive moving along in both directions pretty nicely at this hour. Jen, Bob.
All right, thank you, Samana. President Trump signed an executive order allowing Los Angeles wildfire victims to rebuild homes without state or local permits, aiming to speed up recovery. And critics, including Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass, argue the real issue is insufficient federal funding, not permitting delays. They're calling for more financial aid to help families rebuild. While some people welcome faster processes, others say money and insurance payouts remain the biggest obstacles to recovery. Legal challenges to the order are expected.
LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger, who represents Altadena, says federal financial support is critical to recovery. She said this, quote, "The most urgent need in the Altadena region is financially driven. Families lack the capital to kickstart or continue their rebuilding plans. Our county will soon face a mass sheltering crisis as survivors' insurance and emergency relief funds run out." We also heard from Congressman Brad Sherman. He says federal funding is desperately needed to help wildfire survivors.
What we need is a supplemental appropriation, but to give grants to those who lost everything. And Trump is the one person that is preventing that from happening, in spite of the fact that with the hurricanes, with the Hawaii fires, Congress moved forward with the supplemental appropriation. But under Trump, he blocks it.
California requested nearly $40 billion in federal aid. FEMA says it's provided $3 billion.
In another example of AI taking over your job, social media company Pinterest announced it is slashing its workforce. And the company is being honest here. Pinterest cites embracing artificial intelligence as a major reason behind the decision. That means the company is set to lay off around 15% of its workforce. That's 700 employees. Pinterest says it's been hurt by recent pullback in ad spending by larger companies. The cuts are expected by late September. Overall, reports indicate that AI was responsible for nearly 55,000 layoffs in the U.S. last year.
I just saw now that if you want to post something on Facebook Marketplace, you could just take a picture of the item that you want to post on Facebook Marketplace, and it will generate already the ad basically for you. Like, these are so-and-so shoes
Wow,
from
like
so-and-so.
all the specs
yes.
Like
And
automatic Craigslist. Remember Craigslist
just
back
fill
in
it
the
in.
day?
It just fills it in all for you. So you don't even need to think like, how do I make this like a nice, item or whatever.
But proofread it,
item.
check it before you post it.
Of course, but still.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
And they copy and paste what ChatGPT says, and then they add the quote marks, and that's how you know if somebody used ChatGPT, because ChatGPT uses quotes, and then
That's
you're
right.
copy and pasting the quotes. Not like I would
Ask me if I've done that in a text message.
know about that.
For sure I have.
Word to the wise.
Yeah.
Right, speaking of technology and social media, a major trial underway could change how social media companies interact with kids and teens.
It's a big deal. It puts some of the biggest tech names in the spotlight and raises some big-time questions for parents and really anybody who uses these platforms. We have Brooke here with the latest on that. Good morning.
Hey there. Yeah, we've heard these accusations before that social media is harmful to children. That's not new here, but a big part of this is because this case happening in an LA courtroom will give us a pretty rare look into how these platforms operate. A jury will hear arguments that Meta and YouTube designed their platforms to keep kids hooked, even at the cost of their mental health. The LA case targets major apps used by millions like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and its popular Shorts feature. Plaintiffs here argue features like infinite scrolling, autoplay, and constant notifications are to blame for mental health problems in kids. The companies deny those claims. They say there is no proven link, pointing to safety tools and parental controls they say are already in place. This morning I talked to a mother. She calls herself a survivor parent after telling me her 17-year-old daughter died shortly after meeting a drug dealer on Instagram. She says she does not see a world where the U.S. follows Australia's lead in banning socials for kids, but she does believe things can be safer.
Safety has to be built into these platforms. It's like every other product that we have in the U.S., especially for children. There are protections, seatbelts, TV shows, ratings, all these things that we have to protect our children from the harms. And the social media companies, these large, huge entities, have never faced any regulation, and they've never had any guardrails put on them. And obviously, if we've allowed it and expected that they will do it themselves, and they're showing us they're not going to do it themselves. So therefore, legislators need to act. And I'm hoping that this trial will be a learning moment for legislators, for parents, to really see what's really going on and understand what's going on behind these social media platforms and what our children are actually experiencing on these platforms.
Two other social media giants are no longer a part of this trial. Both Snapchat and TikTok settled the case with plaintiffs before jury selection. The trial could last several weeks, and it's just the first in a wave of cases headed to trial in 2026. These companies will face accusations from school districts, state officials, and many just individuals. I actually saw an NPR report drawing comparisons to the legal campaign against big tobacco back in the 90s. Back to you.
It's interesting that Snapchat and TikTok, they settled.
Yeah, it's super interesting, right? Typically, I would say, when there's one case, you can start to think about what that means that they've settled. But there are so many cases. These two companies are still defendants in some 16 other cases on the way this year. So I feel like we would have to see much more settlements to even be able to guess what it means.
Right. Okay, so many more cases out there. All right, Brooke, thank you.
Thank you.
As Los Angeles gears up to host the World Cup this summer, organizers will show how this event is going to reach far beyond SoFi Stadium. Later this morning, the LA Host Committee will unveil plans to bring the tournament into the neighborhoods all across Southern California. The strategy includes fan zones, a major fan festival, and community events meant to give Angelinos a way to take part in the game without having to buy a match ticket. This kicks off at 10 this morning, and we will bring it to you live when it happens.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I'll be stopping by Sandra's desk.
Right.
Just to get, the bullet points. You know what
knowledge.
fans of Sandra are called, right?
Fandras.
Yeah, that's right.
You're right.
Yeah, especially
That's
for
like
FIFA.
Came to me, but-
Barry Manilow, they call them Fanalos.
The Fanalos. So good. Good morning to you. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. It was the smize seen around the world. Give me a smize.
I can't. I got Botox a couple weeks ago.
Wait,
Okay.
What's a smize?
It's when you smile with your eyes.
Oh.
Okay,
That doesn't. That's not
at all.
I don't know what that.
Well,
I
now
think that
Tyra
is.
Banks is reflecting on her time with America's Next Top Model.
Threatening.
I was
Wow.
rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
I haven't really said much, but now it's time. It's a TV show to you guys, but this is my life.
I realized Tyra would do anything for the success of her show.
I knew I went too far.
Ooh, that's a major statement right there. This is Reality Check inside America's Next Top Model and host producer Tyra Banks admitting that she went too far. This series will pull back the curtain on some of the show's most controversial moments, including a photo shoot where models had to switch ethnicities. It also includes interviews with some of the former models and contestants on the show, truly highlighting how far people go to stay on top.
Interesting.
All right, let's get right to some breaking news right now. Gigi Graciette has more on a police search for a suspect in the Hyde Park area. Gigi.
That's right. Police asking if you live in this neighborhood on 52nd and 3rd Avenue. This is the Hyde Park Angeles Mesa neighborhood. To please stay inside. You are looking live. The canine units, there are about 5 of them. They are going door to door, backyard to backyard in the neighborhood where the driver of the black Lexus that led police on a high-speed pursuit eventually crashed into an innocent person and also rammed a police car, all while being accused of carrying felony burglary suspects in that Lexus, which also may be stolen, was last seen hiding in one of these backyards. Now, police have received multiple 911 calls from people telling them, hey, there's a suspect in my backyard. You are looking live as they searched homes on 2nd and 52nd just a short while ago. They are now on 3rd Avenue. They're also on 2nd, and this entire neighborhood does remain locked down for a suspect search. So if you hear the chopper above or you see police officers at your door, unless instructed to by them, please stay inside your home. And if you see something out of the ordinary, if you see a suspect, please call 911 right away and lock those doors, lock those windows. This suspect is considered extremely dangerous. Reporting live from 3rd Avenue and 52nd in the Hyde Park Angeles Mesa neighborhood, I'm Gigi Graciette. I'll send it back to you. We'll have much more coming up, of course, on Good Day LA.
All right, Gigi, thank you for that update. Coming up, their products have been featured on our show before, but now you get to meet the faces behind Sunny Within.
The founders of the health company kept the business growing and going despite facing setbacks caused by the Palisades fire. We'll talk to them coming up. First, let's get to Samara with a check of traffic.
Of Jacob and Ronnie, called Jacob.com. We do have this issue, signal alert in place for the off-ramp at Lake Hughes Road, northbound side of the 5, and that collision, again, has you tied up until further notice. So just a heads up, if you're heading over to the Passaic area, that's going to delay you quite a bit. And back to this issue, westbound side of the 10 at Dudley Street, 2 vehicles collided here. There are parties that are exchanging information right off the shoulder there. You want to make sure you slow it down because they are out of their vehicles, and the delays continue to add up. Hopefully they'll clear that out. We did get word there were no injuries reported there. Here's a look at Orange County, the 5, both directions at El Toro. Hey, that's a nice looking ride there. And here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
you're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
Call Jacob.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Good Day LA. Last hour we asked you, do you like having game night? Yay! 79% of you are game on, and we love that. Okay, from game on to Grammys on. He's won 12 Grammys, gone multi-platinum, and now he's coming to Viva Las Vegas. You know him, we all love him. Babyface, the multi-platinum artist and 12-time Grammy winner, returns to the Pearl Theater at Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas for an electrifying 2026 residency. And what better way to spend Valentine's Day weekend with your babyface than with this babyface, huh? Good Day LA wants to hook you up with a Palms Valentine's Day prize package, including 2 tickets to see Babyface on Valentine's Day, 2 nights at a hotel, wedding package, and travel and dinner vouchers. That's a lot. We're going to be selecting one winner tomorrow. Where are all my romantics? Just go to foxla.com/contest or scan that QR code to let us know. Now, she's all about love. I'm talking about Maria, and she loves to give us a check on the forecast.
And thank you, Amanda. This weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. Here's a look outside right now. The camera bouncing just a little bit here as we take a look at Santa Monica. We've got some overcast conditions here with some high mid-level clouds, but not rain-producing clouds. It's just kind of moving up and over this ridge of high pressure, which is still in control. This high-pressure system still keeping us really protected from the storm track. These storms continue to move to our north and into the Pacific Northwest. In fact, this ridge of high pressure will strengthen a bit more tomorrow into Friday and Saturday. So we're expecting those 70s we're expecting today to turn into 80s by tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. And if you're looking for rain, not going to get it anytime soon. At least that's what the computer models are pointing to, not at least for the next 6 to 10 plus days. High temperatures across the nation, very cold. This cold air mass continues to filter all the way to the south and southeast. Highs only in the low 50s in New Orleans, 59 in Tampa. 1 to 3 feet as you head to the beach for those surf heights from Ventura south into Orange County and San Diego. Those temperatures on the sand in the mid 60s. Looking at some slightly warmer conditions, though, as I mentioned, tomorrow, upper 70s possible. Downtown LA, 74 degrees today. We'll be back to the 80s as we round out the week. It is the last week of January, and we'll welcome the new month on Sunday, and it will be on the warmer side. Valleys, IE, 77 degrees today. Up into the mountains, 54 degrees, a mix of some sunshine and some clouds. More sun as that offshore flow really develops tomorrow into the weekend. High desert, 62 degrees today with some partly cloudy skies. More sun tomorrow. Similar conditions out in the Palm Springs area. Low desert, 75 today to that 82 by Friday. Back to you.
Well, speaking of sunny, our next guests are what they describe as chosen brothers, friends, and business partners.
So in 2024, Sharon Hackman and Ken Lawson founded a company right here in Los Angeles. Between Ken's background in the wellness industry and Sharon's background as a chef, they decided to create Sunny Within, a company with products they describe as clean, bioavailable longevity supplements. The future seemed bright, but then, like so many others, their lives were turned upside down just a couple of months later. The LA wildfires broke out, and both Sharon and Ken lost their homes in the Palisades fire. And today they put the pieces back together and truly are stronger than ever. They're here to talk about their story now. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Truly rising from the ashes. I do love your background story, though. So tell me about your friendship, 20 years going, and how it all came to be.
You want to take that?
Sure. We met 20 years ago, became very, very quick best friends. We're involved in our personal lives, our business lives together. Sharon was a wealth manager at Wells Fargo, hated his job, left it, went on MasterChef season 1, did incredibly well. I followed his journey. I'm a serial entrepreneur. We're both really, really passionate about wellness. Yeah. So for many years, we have wanted to start a company together, and we want to start a wellness brand together.
Yeah.
And so fast forward to maybe 3 years ago, we were on the beach in Palisades, looking at the wellness space and realizing that it was super overwhelming, very chaotic.
It's a saturated field for sure.
It's intimidating.
Yeah.
100%, yeah. and we wanted to bring a better product to market.
And that's important because, you know, listen, we're in LA and we all like to look good, right?
Sure.
On the outside. But really, more people have to focus on the things that are going on inside our bodies too, right?
Totally. You know, one thing was for sure, we love the name Sunny Within.
Yeah,
it's an energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decision that you make every day. Do I want to be sunny within? And that's, again, in the Palisades, like we were on the beach all the time. That's where we got together.
Yeah.
And so we knew whatever we were going to start was going to have a name called Sunny Within.
Right.
It's like, that's who we are. That's
and
how
so
we are.
you started this company, and then, my gosh, 2 years later, the fires broke out.
Not even. We started the company like 4 months or 5 months
It was only
before.
months into the launch of this company when these fires broke out, and you lost both of your homes. And
they were on home offices as well, so that was...
Two things. So now you're stronger within because you've had to, like Jen said, rise from these ashes. Tell us what Sunny Within is all about, the products.
Amen. And if it's any testament to anybody who's, you know, survived, so many Angelinos I know who like lost their homes in both the fires, right? It's a reminder that what's important, right? That, yeah, this is all stuff, we lost our stuff, right? But being strong and being committed to just understanding this is all material stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it's just been such a good lesson for us as we've moved forward with growing Sunny Within and ourselves as individuals.
Yeah. What exactly did you lose, as far as the product goes, what did you lose in the fire, and how were you able to rebound from that?
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, we lost our offices and some inventory. It was disruptive. We fortunately have an incredible team that was able to hold things together while we were living in hotels and trying to figure out what we're going to do. But the truth is, when we came out just months later on the other side of that, it really was a bright light for us, and created this really positive thing that we were building and working on, and the response we were getting from other people, even as Sharon said, outside of the product, the idea of being sunny within, being healthy, from within. People were really connecting with it, and so it gave us a lot of really positive energy during that really difficult time, and so we're super grateful for that.
Two words I love, positive and energy. Listen, whatever you two had this morning, I want it. You're glowing within, you're shining within. So
are you.
Thank you. I need that. And they're fun. They're just fun. You can put them in your purse.
Yeah, the idea was like, listen, taking pills, taking supplements are really intimidating, really overwhelming. Our idea was, can we stack? Can we build a formula for you that is the equivalent of somewhere between taking anywhere from 10 to 16 different pills? And let's be honest, nobody likes doing that.
Nobody.
Right? Whether it's supplements or pills that your doctor prescribes, no one enjoys it. So we're like, we have to find a way to do things more enjoyable, and that's what we did. So each formula, like our longevity, has a stack of incredible ingredients, the equivalent of 16 different pills and capsules if you would take them as in that format.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
I helped formulate them.
Okay, I'll have one.
So they're way more bioavailable.
Should we do a little tasting?
Yeah.
Should we do a cheers?
There's like this one is our longevity. There's glutathione, NAD.
Glutathione, my favorite word of last year.
It's a master antioxidant.
Yes, it is.
NAD, CoQ10.
We launched this flavor yesterday.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, cheers.
Master Chef formulated.
And it's all organic.
Hat off the press with avocado oil?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, I love your story. It's truly a success story. And thank you for for sharing it. And the friendship is beautiful. The product's beautiful.
Thank you.
And onward and upward, right?
Very grateful.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for coming in.
And to check out Sunny Within, go to their website, sunnywithin.com. They make it easy. All right, let's check in with Sandra and Roxy about the next 2 hours of Good Day LA. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Thanks so much, you guys. Patrick Dempsey has come a long way from McDreamy, of course, and Michael Imperioli has come a long way from New Jersey. And now they're joining forces in Fox's latest hit series, Memory of a Killer. Amanda will be talking to both leading men in just a few minutes.
Plus, Starbucks profits are way up, and the company has a bear to thank for it. We'll explain.
morning, everyone. Welcome to your Wednesday. It's 9 a.m. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
Wild early morning pursuit. That's how we started the morning. Turns Randy's Donuts into a crime scene. What happened after burglary suspects ditched their U-Haul and sped off in a separate car?
Plus, a massive explosion causes a fire and displaces several families. What we're learning out of an active investigation in Bell Gardens.
And concerns growing after a gas leak is confirmed in Aliso Canyon. How officials are responding. First, though, got to check on that forecast with Maria.
Yeah, we've got some clouds outside, actually, but these are not rain-producing clouds. Just some high mid-level clouds kind of filtering out the sunshine a little bit. We still have this area of high pressure. A little weaker today, but it's still going to produce the above-average highs, and it's still going to keep us away from that storm track, which is still riding high up and over us into the Pacific Northwest. Temperatures right now still on the cooler side in Fraser Park, 44 degrees, 55 in Pasadena, 54 in Ontario. Big Bear's finally warmed up to freezing, 32 degrees, 58 in Palm Springs now. Later this afternoon, we are expecting it to get back to the 70s, 75 in the low desert in Palm Springs, 62 for the Antelope Valley and the high desert areas, the mountains 54 degrees. Downtown LA 74 today, 77 for the valleys and the Inland Empire, and 60s along our coast. I'll show you the rest of the forecast when I come back. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you.
And we are following some breaking news in the Hyde Park area. Police are searching for a suspect who led them on a wild chase this morning.
That's right. That pursuit included a frantic moment at Randy's Donuts. Gigi Gracia joining us live with all the details. Gigi.
And certainly a very tense situation as the LAPD continues to search for the driver of that black Lexus that led them on a high-speed pursuit. We are on 3rd Avenue and 52nd as the canine teams from the LAPD are going door to door, backyard to backyard. I want to go to our eye in the sky. Sky Fox above it all, watching as the one of 5 different canine units go backyard to backyard. This based on reports, 911 calls from folks who live in this neighborhood. Now, they tell me this is Hyde Park, right on the border of Angeles Mesa, the neighborhood. Lots of 911 calls reporting a stranger, a suspect in their backyard, and that is why the canine units are now searching for him. We also have some video, some ground video shot over at 52nd and 2nd Avenue as, again, the Belgian Malinois, the canine team from the LAPD, going door to door, backyard to backyard, searching for that suspect. Now, let's take you back to how this all started. 4:44 a.m. That's when we picked up the pursuit of a U-Haul on a report of a burglary at a business distribution warehouse on East 32nd Street. Police pursuing the U-Haul reported the back door was open and they could see multiple suspects inside. They counted 3 men jumping from the moving U-Haul as the pursuit was on. 3 different suspects. Then we saw the driver of that U-Haul circling Manchester and La Cienega, Randy's Donuts, over and over until this happened. There you see the driver of the U-Haul jumping out of the truck and right into a waiting black Lexus. Police say he most likely phoned a friend for help, and that Lexus was there waiting for him. The Lexus, the driver ramming a black and white SUV as they made their getaway, and then for the next hour or so, they would lead police on a high-speed, extremely dangerous pursuit. The driver doing a reported 120 miles per hour at times on city streets. Too many close calls to have counted just over and over as this driver ran red lights, all the while blacked out. The pursuit was called off at least twice, and just moments after it was called off because it was so dangerous, this happened. The suspect slammed into an innocent driver at 48th and Arlington. Injuring that driver, paramedics were called to treat people at the scene. The crash, though, didn't stop the driver of the Lexus, who by then had let out at least 2 suspects during the pursuit. We know at least one of them is now at LAPD's Newton station being investigated and interviewed. The driver of the Lexus just kept on going. We saw him in the backyard of a home. We're going to show you who they're looking for coming up. But meanwhile, police were at one of at least 7 different crime scenes this one at Randy's Donuts. And this is what they found inside that U-Haul. Take a look. Drug paraphernalia, including vaping pens, gummies, all police believe were stolen from that distribution warehouse on 32nd Street. That burglary call that started it all. Now, take a look, because Sky Fox captured an image of that suspect as he ran into a backyard. And this is the guy they are still looking for here on 3rd Avenue, also on 2nd Avenue, right off of 52nd. If you can hear the police chopper, we always remind folks, please take a moment, lock your doors, lock your windows. They do believe this suspect is extremely dangerous. They do not know if he is armed or not, but they continue to search for him because they believe he is still in this neighborhood. Bringing it back here live, I'm going to leave you with this live look from 52nd Street and 3rd Avenue as the LAPD K-9 teams continue their search for the driver of that Lexus. That's the second vehicle in this story. Unclear if they've caught the driver of the U-Haul or the burglary suspects. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. I'll send it back to you.
Quite a scene this morning and still there at this hour. Thank you so much, Gigi, for staying on top of that. And now to this developing news. We are learning one person was killed when an explosion rocked an apartment complex.
An adult and a child were also injured. Mario Ramirez live in Bell Gardens with what happened. Good morning.
Araxia, Sandra, we learned in the last few hours that this explosion and fire turned deadly, and there's been an active investigation here all morning. You can still see some of the damage here to the home along Purdy Avenue. Part of the neighborhood still taped off this morning as LA County Fire arson investigators and Bob Squad units work the scene here. Let's go to the video, starting with the Citizen app video that shows flames shooting into the night sky here after neighbors heard a loud boom. The blast ripping through a two-story apartment building. This all happening last night around 6 o'clock near the major intersection of Eastern and Gage. Now, LA County Fire says that blast sparked a major fire and more than 60 firefighters rushed in to battle the flames before they were knocked down in about an hour. Windows blown out, part of the roof torn away, a large hole left in the side of the building. Fire officials say 2 people were taken to the hospital, a child in stable condition, while a man was rushed to the hospital for severe burn injuries in critical condition. And again, we've now learned a body was found inside the home once the fire was out. Meanwhile, neighbors describing what they heard and felt.
My wife, hey, it's fire in the corner. And the big explosion, she's so scary. The big explosion.
I heard the sound and felt it on the ground. I was concerned because of our family as well. So we ran outside and instantly we saw the flames grow tremendously. It was hard to watch because we did see like a family member come out from there, and as well as the child that's in the hospital.
And this is the video we obtained this morning that shows the moment that explosion from the house here really shook the neighborhood. The damage also displacing 5 families from the red tagged apartment building who were connected to the Red Cross. Now, coming back out here to our live shot, we just saw minutes ago the LA County Sheriff's Department brought in this huge command post here, an indication that the investigation is far from over. Again, 1 person dead and 2 others in the hospital after an explosion and fire here in this Bell Gardens neighborhood. Live on Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
So scary there for that neighborhood. Mario, thank you for the update. Within the last hour, LACD firefighters rescue a woman found inside of a car that actually rolled over 100 feet down a cliff. Sky Fox overhead that rescue in Studio City on Mulholland Drive this morning. LAFD and heavy rescue companies raced to airlift the 30-year-old victim to a local trauma center. We're told she's in serious but stable condition. No word yet on what led up to the accident, but as for this hour, crews are working to remove it from the base of that cliff.
Developing this morning, Homeland Security has notified Congress that it was 2 federal officers who fired shots during the encounter that killed Alex Preddy in Minneapolis. This as protesters in Minnesota continue demanding justice for Preddy and Renee Good. Many gathered outside the governor's office calling for ICE to be held accountable for their deaths. The demand comes as border czar Tom Homan takes over ICE operations in the state. This is part of a series of changes President Trump is making as he faces escalating tensions and backlash.
Minneapolis police have identified the man who sprayed Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar with an unknown substance.
Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
There you see it happen so quickly. Police arrested 55-year-old Anthony Kazmierczak last night after he sprayed Omar with an unknown substance while she spoke at a town hall. Omar was calling for the abolition of immigration and customs enforcement and for the resignation of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. When police say that man charged at her with a syringe, he was tackled down to the ground. He is facing a third-degree assault charge. Omar says she was shaken but not hurt.
Back here locally, the Southern California Gas Company is investigating a gas leak in Aliso Canyon. Skyfox was over the facility yesterday where a safety valve opening had people living in Porter Ranch smelling a natural gas odor. The company says the valve was opened for almost 30 minutes and functioned the way it was supposed to. Operators are now inspecting the pipeline and making any needed repairs. That is, you may remember the facility was the site of the largest gas blowout in the history of the United States, lasting for 111 days back in 2016. It forced the relocation of more than 8,000 households, with many residents reporting ongoing health problems. Congressman Brad Sherman also weighed in on this. He released a statement on the leak saying, in part, quote, "I have been fighting to close this natural gas storage facility down. Southern California Gas Company has refused to even try to develop a natural gas delivery system that is not dependent on Aliso Canyon." He goes on to say, "We have no idea whether the gas leak was more significant than described by Southern California Gas Company, but we know that it is long past time to shut it down."
9/11 still to come. Amanda speaking with the stars behind Fox's new hit show, Memory of a Killer.
But first, to check on traffic.
And Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. As we take a look at our live real-time traffic map here, we can show you that it's moving a little slowly here on the West 10 at Dudley Street. You can see the eastbound side is actually moving more smoothly, but it's definitely slow going on the westbound 10 at Dudley. And it's on that westbound 10 that's particularly slow between the 5 to the 4-5. This is leaving downtown towards Santa Monica. It's about 53 minutes right now. Northbound 110 between the 4-5 to the 10 just ticked up a minute to 33 minutes. And on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, 35 minutes there. Here's some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Welcome back to Good Day LA. Okay, I'm really, really excited for this. Memory of a Killer, the latest thriller on Fox. So hot. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. I'm going to tell you what it's about, okay? He's a hitman with a secret that could get him killed. And I'm not talking about The Job. Fox's newest show follows a man racing against his own memory.
You're a dark horse. Solo act. I respect that. I love that. But you got no family at home to worry about. No offense to Michael. I do. I very much do. So you cross me on this, and you're on your own.
Oh my goodness, this is total edge of your seat TV. And here with me now, the stars of Memory of a Killer. Oh, I want to say both of you, my paisans, Angelo and Dutch, because you're both giving me that Italian vibe in this. Hi, guys.
Hello, how are you? Thank you.
Oh my goodness. So listen, we're all sitting on the desk here. I'm going to bring in the girls too, because we are such fans of you both separately, and now you put both of you together in a show, and mamma mia, I cannot get enough. Tell me about what it's like working with each other and how well you knew each other before booking this show.
Well, I love working with Michael. He's a complete inspiration. He's a gentleman. He's always very calm, very thoughtful. We have a great time. I've been very playful. And we met on the set. I think we had a couple phone calls before starting, and we just began this journey together, and I've had a great time.
Yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie and an ease to and a trust between the two of us as actors, and it makes it a joy to do it with Patrick.
It's just so easy to work with Michael. All I have to do is just sit back and listen, and I'm just drawn in, and he carries me through the scene.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, Michael, you're turning red. We need Alexa to come give you a powder. Alexa is the groomer, our friend Alexa in New York City.
Yeah.
Hi, Alexa. It's this very, very small world. But I'm telling you, having the two of you on our TVs weekly at the same time, I'm going to go big and say this is very healing for so many right now, that we can count on our Monday nights for this right now.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Thank you.
No, I mean it. I mean, listen.
We're very happy to hear that.
Truly. You have a lot of filmography under your belt, but obviously, you know, we remember Grey's Anatomy with McDreamy, we remember Sopranos. So just put you two together, it's McTeamy. That's what 2026 is all about. We've got the McTeamies.
Fantastic.
I want to know in real life, because you guys are besties, in real life, what are you like as friends? Are you the kind that cold call, text all the time? Do you like to meet up for a happy hour, a little taekwondo, Michael, a little sesh on the mats? What do you like to do for fun?
You know, we met right when we started production, and Patrick is in almost every scene of this show and is also one of the executive producers. So all his free time is caught up in the show. So we spent a lot of time working together, really, and being together on set, and then texting in between. You know, I wanted to get him I had tickets for the World Series in Toronto, and he had to work the whole weekend.
Come on,
and, you know, look
Patrick.
at cuts, and he's
I missed it. It was terrible.
He's very hands-on as a producer, not just as a star, and he's working really hard to make this a great show.
So when I'm done, I just stay at home, so I don't go out that much. Everybody else was going out and having a good time. I was happy to be home and relaxing, but we really focused in front of the camera.
In front of the camera. Well, listen, you guys have great chemistry. I loved the premiere. I want to ask you this, though, because you both have experience now holding a gun. If both of you went to a gun range, who you think's hitting that target more?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. We'll have to try that.
That's a good. That might be a good.
That might be a good test.
Season 2 episode. You know,
yeah.
We'll
I mean, you got to bring it. You got to bring it now, because you both have a background. Yeah, you both look comfortable with it, and I mean that as a compliment. So it's good.
Well, we have great technical support. Like we have, we're very careful on set with the guns, and a lot of the guns now, we don't shoot rounds anymore. So it's very, very safe, of course.
Yes.
And we've got good people that make us look good.
Yes, well, they did a good job, and you do a great job. Thank you so much for joining us on Good Day LA. Don't miss all new episodes of Memory of a Killer, Mondays at 9 p.m. on Fox. The world is healing. We've got Patrick and Michael on our TVs every week. And of course, if you miss it, catch it the next day on Hulu. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
See
Thanks.
you soon. Bye-bye. Now, Maria, we got to check in on the forecast. Maria, did you watch Sopranos?
Of course. Are you kidding me?
Every Sunday night on HBO, that was like a tradition.
First of all, the salt and pepper hair got me. I'm just like, oh my God, men are so lucky. They just age like, and then they look so good.
Like a fine wine.
Better and better and better.
Like you.
As they get older. Oh, stop it. Thank you, though. But no, we just did the roots. We colored the roots. That's what we do. All right, let's talk about this because high pressure is in control of our weather. Weather-wise, we're doing good. No complaints, right? On this side of the nation, high pressure will keep us under dry conditions, keeping that storm track well to our north into the Pacific Northwest. In fact, this ridge of high pressure is going to strengthen tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. And not only will we be in the 70s today, but we'll get into the 80s beginning tomorrow, Friday, and into part of the weekend. No storms, though, headed our way. If you've been looking for the rain, it's been a while. Not since the 4th of January. We've seen measurable rain in downtown. We're not going to get it because that high is just going to stay locked in across the southwest. I don't see anything for at least the next 10-plus days. So potentially next week, Friday, there might be a little disturbance. But until then, I'll keep watching the computer models and keep you posted. Today, 74 degrees for downtown LA, 76 in Indio. If you're headed to Las Vegas, 64 there. Here's your day planner for Thousand Oaks, getting up to around 73 this afternoon. Again, some partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy. Not rain-producing clouds, though. Just kind of filtering out the sunshine a little bit. Big Bear getting up to the mid-50s this afternoon. And as we get to the beach, Laguna, lots of sunshine here with that offshore flow producing those low 70s later today. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. So we have a lot more coming up on Good Day LA. But first, today, Good Day LA wants to hook you up with a Palms Valentine's Day prize package, including 2 tickets to see Babyface on Valentine's Day, 2 nights hotel stay, a wedding package, plus travel and dinner vouchers. We will be selecting one winner tomorrow, so good luck. All right, mark your calendars. We are teaming up with our Bay Area sister station, KTVU, and the Black Action Alliance to host the Race for California Governor. Marla Tejas will serve as one of the 3 moderators.
The gubernatorial debate scheduled for Tuesday, February 3rd in San Francisco. Watch it live on Fox 11 from 5:30 to 8 or stream it on the Fox local app.
And we want to hear from you, so scan the QR code to submit a question for the candidates. More information online at foxla.com. Of course, we'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up on 9:30 on this Wednesday morning, I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. Attorney General Rob Bonta in studio this morning talking legal battles against the Trump administration amid public outrage over immigration enforcement. How Bonta is responding.
Plus, sounding the alarm for Burbank Airport. Why the NTSB is concerned it is the next site of a mid-air crash.
And listen up, Dine LA Restaurant Week is back, making it easier to discover your next favorite spot to eat. We'll show you, but first a check of weather.
And we do have a warming trend in store for us. Today we'll be back to the 70s, but starting tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, we'll be back to the 80s. Yes, this ridge of high pressure is going to stay locked in, stay in control of our weather, and keep us away from all the rain. So zero rain expected, not just for the rest of the week, but well into the first week of February, potentially. This is the last Wednesday of the month. You can see we're rounding out the month now. The last few days, we'll get more red boxes, it seems, as we are anticipating more above average high temperatures. It's a good thing we got all that rain the first 4 days of the month. We got almost 2.5 inches, and that has helped to mitigate and lower our fire danger. It has been kind of dry, so we're due for a pattern change, and hopefully we will get one as we head into the second week of February. In the meantime, it will be dry today. 57, a little cloudy at times with the high mid-level clouds overhead. Otherwise, no rain-producing clouds. About 74 today for downtown LA. That's still above the average of 68. Our sun will set at 5:20 this afternoon. These are the highs we're expecting. 75 in Palm Springs, San Bernardino, maybe 74 in Ontario and downtown, 76 in Burbank, 77 in Woodland Hills, and around 70 in Santa Monica. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. The chair of the NTSB has issued a warning about possible mid-air collisions occurring at Burbank Airport. During a hearing Tuesday, the board chair laid out a series of institutional failures. She pointed in part to concerns about the mixing of commercial planes and helicopter traffic.
Commercial airlines have called me to say the next mid-air is going to be at Burbank. And nobody at FAA is paying attention to us. So whether it is involving helicopters or not, people are raising red flags. And why aren't people listening? The FAA has to ensure safety.
It is concerning because, you put your trust in the FAA and that the airports are safe. And for that to be such a major issue to be overlooked is really disconcerting.
The airport has reported 6 near misses in the past 5 years.
Waymo test car causes a chaotic crash in Echo Park Sunday morning. The vehicle driven manually by a Waymo specialist, so it was a Waymo specialist actually behind the wheel, sped downhill on Lilac Place near Dodger Stadium. It was about 11 a.m., hitting at least 2 parked cars. Doorbell footage shows the car narrowly missed 2 bystanders, including Salvador D'Antonio's mother, who was pushed to safety by her son.
He lost the control. He hit several cars here. I just saw him that he was coming straight to me. Is that when it happens, I run behind my car and save my life and help my mom because she was next to the car, to my car, and then I push her to save her too.
Wow. So Waymo says there were no passengers in the car, and the driver exited safely. The vehicle was operating in manual mode. Waymo, which is owned by Alphabet, Google's parent company, says it's investigating. That is really disturbing.
Quite scary there. All right, local leaders just announced a new initiative aimed at disrupting sex trafficking along Western Avenue. Officials said the corridor, particularly near Koreatown and the greater Wilshire area, has long been identified by residents and law enforcement as a hub of illegal activity, including the trafficking of women and minors. The aim is to do a better job of holding traffickers and buyers accountable while supporting the survivors.
Start with helping the victims. We shift the criminalization from the trafficked victims to the Johns, the buyers, the exploiters, the predators, and the profiteers.
Tips from residents and continued reporting play a key role in driving this enforcement. So anyone who suspects human trafficking or needs help can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 888-373-7888 or text 233-733.
Community leaders and advocates are petitioning the LAPD over its treatment of Keith Porter Jr. Porter, a father of 2, was killed on New Year's Eve by an off-duty ICE agent. The LAPD says Porter was celebrating the new year by firing his AR-15 style weapon into the air. According to the Department of Homeland Security, the agent fired at Porter when Porter allegedly pointed the rifle at him. Porter's family and defenders want the agent publicly identified and prosecuted. They also say that Porter is being unfairly portrayed by law enforcement officials.
Immediately after Keith was murdered, LAPD came out with a heinous allegation that he was a suspect, that he was an active shooter, and that the man who murdered him was a hero. But what we know from Keith's family, from his community, is that Keith was a deeply, deeply loving individual.
The petition they handed over to the chief apparently had 18,000 signatures.
As the nation edges closer to another partial government shutdown, we are now just a day away from a crucial vote in the Senate.
Doug Zader reports from Washington.
Trump hoping to turn down the temperature now in Minneapolis, but if anything, this battle over immigration enforcement may be getting more heated. Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar confronted and sprayed by a man in the audience last night during a town hall event in Minneapolis. It's not clear what the substance was, and Omar later said she was okay. The man, identified as 55-year-old Anthony Kazmierczyk, was arrested. No word yet on motive, but Omar had just called for ICE to be abolished. And last night in New York, police had to break up an anti-ICE protest that had taken over a hotel lobby.
I hope you remember us for the midterms.
President Trump in Iowa last night defending immigration enforcement in Minnesota.
We've taken out thousands of hard criminals, hardened, vicious, horrible criminals.
But many Democrats in Congress are now willing to upend this week's government funding deadline to target the Department of Homeland Security. Some are even calling for the firing or impeachment of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem.
I think it's going to be very hard for us to avoid a shutdown.
Hard to avoid because the funding plan had already been negotiated, and renegotiating it at this point will almost certainly blow the Friday deadline. But while some Democrats welcome recently lowered tensions in Minnesota with the arrival of border czar Tom Homan, that may only go so far.
I don't think administrative actions only are going to be enough, but there are some big steps that President Trump could take in the next few days that would signal seriousness.
But some of those steps, like removing all federal immigration agents from Minnesota, are not likely to happen before Friday. In Washington, Doug Lusader, Fox News.
Tensions are high when it comes to immigration enforcement.
This morning, California Attorney General Rob Bonta joined us live in studio to discuss. We, of course, talked about the recent ICE raids here and in Minnesota. While officials in the Trump administration may claim ICE agents have total immunity, AG Bonta says that's absolutely not true. He says states have the right to prosecute federal agents who break the law.
I issued the guidance yesterday along with Governor Newsom to make it clear that the local and state law enforcement entities have that right because of what's happening in Minnesota. The federal government's taking a different position. People like J.D. Vance have said that federal agents have absolute immunity. People like Deputy Attorney General of the U.S. DOJ, Todd Blanche, has said it is futile and illegal to investigate and prosecute the crime of federal agents. That's all wrong.
Rob Bonta and the state of California have sued the Trump administration dozens of times. Most recently, California was granted a temporary restraining order, which blocked the government from freezing billions of dollars meant to fund child care and family assistance programs.
Tried to end that funding because of purported fraud with no support for it. We went to court immediately. Where does the case stand? We got a restraining order. We blocked the unlawful conduct. That conduct is blocked as of today. We're now seeking a broader order that will block the unlawful conduct for a longer period of time. That's called the preliminary injunction. We remain confident that we will secure the preliminary injunction as well. And that has been how most of our cases have gone. We sue, we get the restraining order, we get the preliminary injunction, and then we get the permanent injunction and the final win.
You can watch our entire interview with Attorney General Rob Bonta this morning on Good Day LA Plus and stream it on foxla.com.
Developing this morning, Secretary of State Marco Rubio will appear before a Senate committee today to testify about the Trump administration's actions in Venezuela.
It comes as the families of two men killed in controversial drug boat strikes are suing the administration.
The White House says the strike killed all 6 men on board and accused them of trafficking narcotics. But the new lawsuit says 2 of those men did fishing and farm work in Venezuela and were returning home to Trinidad when they were attacked. The Trump administration says the strikes and the capture of the Venezuelan leader, Nicolas Maduro, are necessary to stop the flow of illegal drugs into the United States.
In the meantime, Colombian President Gustavo Petro says ousted leader Nicolas Maduro should be returned to Venezuela to face trial. Bloomberg reports Petro is calling on the U.S. to extradite Maduro back to the country, saying justice for the former politician should not be served in an American court, but in his place of activity. Petro has previously called the capture, quote, kidnapping, and says the U.S. carried out its operations illegally. He's scheduled to meet with President Trump at the White House next week.
And new this morning, Mexico announces it's pausing oil shipments to Cuba. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum says the pause is due to general fluctuations in oil supplies. Sheinbaum added the decision was ultimately made by the Mexican government after being questioned if the U.S. pressured the country to make the move. Mexico has consistently sent large amounts of oil to Cuba to help with the energy supply issues there and the economic problems. However, after a visit from U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, the amount of oil barrels shipped in recent months has severely reduced. This comes as President Trump is preventing Cuba from receiving any oil shipments from Venezuela following the capture of ex-Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
Tourists visiting Mexico may now pay a hefty fine or even face jail time if they're caught vaping. Mexico's Chamber of Deputies says the country is now actively enforcing a nationwide ban on vaping devices. That new rule began on January 17th following constitutional reform aimed at protecting public health across the country. According to Mexico's Chamber of Deputies, people involved in activities such anything that involves basically vapes, electronic cigarettes, or similar devices could face penalties. Cruise ship blog Cruise Hive reports the penalties include the vaping device being confiscated, fines up to $12,500 or up to 8 years in prison.
A major trial underway could change how social media companies interact with kids and teens.
It puts some of the biggest tech names in the spotlight and raises the big question for parents and really anyone who uses these platforms. Brooke is here with the latest.
Hey there, yes, social media being harmful to children, that's not a new accusation. But this case in an LA courtroom, it'll give us a look into how these platforms operate. A jury will hear arguments, and Meta and YouTube designed their platforms to keep kids hooked, even at the cost of their mental health. This LA case targets major apps used by millions, like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and its popular Shorts feature. Plaintiffs argue features like infinite scrolling, autoplay, and constant notifications are all to blame for mental health problems in kids. Now, these companies deny those claims. They say there is no proven link and point to safety tools and parental controls they say are already in place. This morning, I talked to a mom who calls herself a survivor parent after telling me her 17-year-old daughter died shortly after meeting a drug dealer on Instagram. She says she doesn't see a world where the U.S. follows Australia's lead in banning socials for kids, but says this case and others are about transparency and prevention.
We're finally asking whether the social media companies can be held accountable for the choices they made. You know, documentation has come out through this trial and will continue to come out through this trial and the ones to follow. So I think we really want to see the truth. We want to see the truth about the information that they had knowledge of, the tests, the research that they had done.
The giants are no longer part of this trial. Both Snapchat and TikTok settled the case with plaintiffs before jury selection. This trial could last several weeks and is just the first in a wave of cases headed to trial in 2026. These companies will face accusations from different individuals, school districts, state officials, some 1,600 trials. You know, I saw an NPR report earlier drawing comparisons to the legal campaign against big tobacco back in the 90s. Back to you.
Comparing it to, right, Brooke, just the addictive nature of tobacco and then the addictive nature of social media and all this tech.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's so many lawsuits, so many trials, so many things that we're going to see play out in a courtroom in case, of course, unless I should say, there are more settlements. And that's really interesting. You're seeing so many different people going after the same thing.
Also, stories like the one with the woman you just spoke with, those are the ones that really hit home because they're just so, they tug at your heartstrings, obviously, and also relatable.
Yeah, she told me her daughter died just days after her 17th birthday. She says, you know, this happened in 2022, and she says her case is still under investigation. She's gotten no justice from it. And, you know, it's just interesting that title she gives herself, Survivor Mom. It is heartbreaking for anybody.
Yeah. All right. We'll see how it plays out. Thank you so much, Brooke. On to this now. Amazon saying it is closing all of its Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh stores. That's 72 locations nationwide. It will concentrate instead on Whole Foods and grocery delivery from Amazon.com. Some of those stores will be converted to Whole Foods Market stores. The final day for most Amazon Fresh and Amazon Go locations will be this Sunday, February 1st. Amazon has not said how many workers will be impacted by the closures.
California Favorite has been named the top supermarket by the American Customer Satisfaction Index. And if you guessed Trader Joe's, you are correct. Yay. According to researchers, Trader Joe's checks off all the boxes when it comes to store hours, easy grocery pickup, app reliability, store locations. I'm going to throw in prices, too. Let me tell you, your dollar goes far there.
Selection.
Publix took second place, followed by H-E-B, Sam's Club, and Aldi. Trader Joe's also took the top spot when rankings were broken down by region. It beat Costco.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, foodies are loving this week in LA.
Winter Dine LA underway. Coco live. Where are you?
Hey, we are in Koreatown, where there are so many amazing restaurants that you have to try, especially for Winter Dine LA. We are here at Jin Seoul now, and I'm here with the owner, Jen. So tell us more about this restaurant.
Hi, good morning, Coco. It's called Jin Seoul Gukbap. We're located in K-Town, Los Angeles, and we also have 2 more locations in Buena Park and Roland Heights. Yes, our main is traditional Korean food. We don't do fusion.
Okay.
So if you guys want to try traditional Korean food, you guys can stop by anytime.
Amazing. And I was telling you, the food is so inviting too. Take us through the dishes and what you're doing for Dine LA.
Okay. So this is our menu for Dine LA. I'll start with the appetizer. For appetizers, we have a leek pancake with side dishes. This is set up right the moment you guys come in. So when the moment customer comes in, this is all set up. And for the main, we have 4 courses that you guys could choose from. The first dish is our most popular one. It's our pork soup, Jin Seoul pork soup. We cook the broth for over 6 hours every day. Yes. And the second dish I'm gonna explain is beef bulgogi in hot pot. Yeah, bulgogi is a well-known Korean dish, right? Yes. It comes in a hot pot, and it comes with rice. And for the third dish that I'm gonna explain, it's gonna be the bibimbap. Bibimbap is rice with vegetables. You can mix it, and it comes in a hot pot as well. It's sizzling, so you can mix it together. Okay. And for vegetarians, we could do only veggies as well.
Nice.
So let us know if you're a vegetarian. And for the fourth and last dish is our spicy beef brisket soup. So people that like spicy soup, you guys could go with the spicy soup as well.
Nice.
And the last part of the course is actually the one that we added for the Dine LA. It's braised beef short ribs. Yes. It's very high quality Korean food. Yeah, so we added to the menu. And if it's popular, we're thinking about adding it to the menu even after Dine LA as well.
Nice. That means you got to come and support it. And tell us about the drink options too.
Yes, we do have alcohol. We have Korean soju, which is kind of like Korean vodka.
Okay.
And we also have flavored soju. We have many flavors, over 4 kinds. And we also have Korean traditional rice wine. So it's all very traditional Korean stuff. No fusion. So if you guys want to try it, stop by anytime.
I love that. Thank you so much, Jen, for talking to us and opening your amazing restaurant to us as well. Winter Dine LA is underway right now, and it will end on Friday, February 6th. So that's still plenty of time for you to come and enjoy these restaurants. I'll send it back to you.
Love that. Looks delicious. Thank you so much, Coco. All right, coming up, getting excited for the FIFA World Cup.
We're checking in with Bob after the break ahead of a big press conference. What organizers are expected to announce in just a few minutes.
Okay, so we've been watching the computer models for a pattern change, and this is one that I want to show you because, yes, we see the clouds today, but high pressure will re-strengthen tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. So you can see how that ridge pops up and keeps that storm track away. We'll get some clouds, I think, early next week again, but then that high pressure still stays in control. By next week, Friday, so now we're into February, we get a little disturbance here, and I'm picking up a little light sprinkle. So there's a small chance we could see a pattern change by next week, Friday, but it's still a long ways away, so I'll keep you posted on that. So far, it's been really dry since the 4th of January. If you're headed to the beach, 64 to 67 degrees for that high temperature there on the sand. As far as surf heights, 1 to 3 feet from Ventura South into Orange County and San Diego. Here's our 7-day forecast as we warm things up. Really beginning tomorrow into Saturday. 67 today at the coast to those mid to upper 70s perhaps by Friday. Downtown LA 74, which is above the average of 68. But look at how we get to those mid 80s rather as we get to the end of the week and the first part of the weekend. So it's going to feel more like June or July than January in the afternoons. Valleys, Inland Empire, similar conditions warming up to those mid 80s. The mountains 54 eventually. 26 for the morning low, so definitely cold enough to make snow. So there's a lot of snow up there for your snow fun at our local resorts. 62 in the high desert, and even in Palm Springs, we're looking at 70s today, but getting back to those low 80s by Friday and Saturday. Back to you.
All right, there's so much excitement building ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Those matches, 8 of them being hosted right here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, today we are expecting some big announcements out of Exposition Park. Bob, already there. You're ready to go. I like the scarf.
Yep, almost ready to go. The announcement being made at 10 o'clock this morning. Can you believe we're less than 6 months away from the FIFA World Cup? As you said, 8 of those games being played right here in Los Angeles. And the big announcement today is a way to bring all the fans together and really to maximize the fan experience. I'm going to bring in Catherine Schlossman. She is the CEO of the Los Angeles Entertainment Sports Commission, also with the host committee that's sponsoring this here today, to give us a little bit of a preview of what we can expect here today. And this is a big announcement, right? We're talking about the Fan Festival, which is a big tradition for FIFA.
The official Fan Festival happens around every World Cup that happens, and the reason for the official Fan Festival is to give people who don't have a ticket to the match an opportunity to participate. So we're announcing, we haven't announced it yet, but you get it first. We are going to be hosting the official FIFA Fan Festival here at the LA Memorial Coliseum. It's going to kick off on June 11th, which is the opening match in Mexico, and go through June 15th.
And of course, someone who's never been to one of these before, it's all about music and entertainment and activations and food, you name it. It's like a giant celebration.
It's like a soccer carnival. It is. Everything you just said and everything that we're going to do with these activations. By the way, giant screen to watch the major matches, so you get to watch it all together. But the food, the beverages, the cultural institutions that are participating, very uniquely LA. We want ours to really scream what's best about LA.
We're going to listen, and I have 20 seconds, but there's also fan zones, right?
Yes.
All across Southern California?
So in addition to the Fan Festival, we have 9 fan zones across the LA region that will be open throughout the tournament, 1 to 4 days each. We're going to announce who those are next, and they're like mini fan festivals.
Okay. We're going to listen very closely here. We're so excited. Catherine, thank you so much for joining us this morning. She's going to be taking the stage here soon to make those announcements. But again, just the way to bring the city together. Can you believe it is just around the corner and everybody can take part in the Fan Festival? They are ticketed, but all of the tickets, from what I understand, under $10.
Perfect.
Send that to you.
All right. Can't wait for that. Thank you so much, Bob.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it is.
$10.
Great place.
Speaking of 10, coming up at 10 for the first time in its more than 400-year history, this morning a woman is now the head of the Worldwide Anglican Church.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to everyone. Welcome to Almost 10 a.m. Here are some of the stories we're covering for you this morning.
We start off with breaking news. A neighborhood locked down as police search for a dangerous suspect. We're live.
A massive explosion and a fire at a home in Bell Garden turns deadly just ahead. What authorities are now saying may have triggered it all. And a live report coming up.
And watching the satellite radar pictures right now, we're seeing plenty of cloud cover moving overhead. These are not rain-producing clouds, though. How it will affect our weather the rest of the day. And I'll have the complete forecast, too, coming up in just a few moments.
All right. Our big story, of course, right? The excitement ahead of the World Cup.
A big announcement this morning. Let's go straight out to Bob, who's there in the thick of it. Hi there.
Good morning. Yeah, we're at the Los Angeles Coliseum inside the Galen Center, where they are about to make some announcements here. You can see the Los Angeles FIFA World Cup host committee here entering the room. A press conference is supposed to get underway at 10 o'clock this morning, including Mayor Karen Bass. She is part of this committee. A really big announcement today as we approach the World Cup. It's less than 6 months away, and they're announcing the FIFA Fan Fest. So this is one of the giant activations that's going to be taking place right here at the at Exposition Park. This is a way to get fans involved. We know that the ticketing process can be somewhat difficult, but for fans that want to enjoy FIFA in all its glory can even come to this FIFA Fan Fest. That's going to be less than $10 to get in. There'll be giant screens all over the place so you can watch the games live. And then as Catherine Schlossman, who is the CEO of the Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Committee, was telling me, it's going to be like a giant carnival. So if you can imagine, there'll be some big acts here, musical acts, there'll be food, there'll be entertainment, there'll be different ways for you to actually kick a soccer ball around, interact with perhaps some of the players. This is just one part of what's happening here in Southern California. We're also going to see what they call fan zones. So there's going to be, the party's going to be going on all across Southern California with 9 different fan zones as well. This is in addition to what's happening here at the Coliseum with the Fan Fest. There will be fan zones at different places throughout Southern California and through cities as well. The entire city, as you know, is just going to be electric, and there's going to be so much excitement. If you've watched the World Cup from Los Angeles, like many of us have, there's already individual parties, right? When everybody's rooting for their country, their nation, including the U.S. But since Los Angeles and Southern California is this big diaspora of different countries, we're going to see all of those parties taking place all throughout Southern California. And in addition to that, the official fan zones where you can go in and take part and really be a part of the FIFA fever. There is Mario Lopez, who is going to be the host of this event, and we will listen in.
All right. Here we go. Press is ready. Everyone is here. I am Mario Lopez, and I am absolutely thrilled to say we are officially 134 days away from kicking off the opening match in the United States for the FIFA World Cup. Yes. 2026 FIFA World Cup will be the largest single sporting event in history, featuring 48 countries, 104 matches over 39 days, and it is back here in North America for the first time in 32 years. LA will be the destination for fans to begin their FIFA World Cup experience as we prepare to welcome 8 matches to SoFi Stadium, including the opening match for the United States on June 12th. Yes. And today we're really excited to welcome you to one of LA's iconic sports landmarks, which is going to serve as Fan Central here in LA for the start of the world's biggest event. And we're going to share with you the amazing opportunities the World Cup host committee has created for local and international fans to experience the exhilaration of the experience of the World Cup. And not just at SoFi Stadium, but in communities all across the LA region leading up and during the tournament. It's a tremendous opportunity for all residents to be part of the excitement, and we really need your help in sharing the message, raising the awareness level so they know what they can be a part of. And we're honored to have with us today LA Mayor Karen Bass, Inglewood Mayor James Butts, County Supervisor Solis, representatives from FIFA, the LA World Cup host committee leadership, 3 U.S. soccer legends, foundational partners, and many people who are really working hard to make sure the World Cup generates significant economic and community impact for the LA region. So thank you so much for all your tireless efforts. So now, I'm delighted to introduce Mr. Chris Klein and Larry Friedman, co-chairs of the LA World Cup 2026 Host Committee. Chris is a former U.S. men's national team player and soccer executive, and Larry is the co-president for the LAFC. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Mario, and thank you, Joe Furin, Dan Stimler, and to the iconic LA Memorial Coliseum for being our host site, and to our friends at the Coliseum Commission and Exposition Park. The opening of our FIFA World Cup in Los Angeles is just 134 days away, and is the culmination of nearly 8 years of planning and preparation. We are unbelievably excited to welcome fans and players from around the world to Los Angeles for this global sporting and cultural event. Los Angeles is playing an important role, hosting 8 matches over 29 days. We're especially proud that our U.S. men's national team will open their tournament here at the incredible SoFi Stadium on June 12th against Paraguay. The opening match is followed by 4 additional group stage matches at SoFi Stadium. During the group stage, Los Angeles will also welcome New Zealand, Iran, Belgium, Switzerland, 2 European playoff winners, along with those competing in 2 round of 32 matches, and we will also be hosting a quarterfinal. The global demand for this tournament has exceeded even our highest expectations. Thankfully, Los Angeles is no stranger to the world stage, and we're prepared to meet this demand. We have some exciting announcements for you today, and now it's my pleasure to introduce my partner in this endeavor, co-chair Larry Friedman.
Thank you, Chris, and welcome everyone, and thanks again to the LA Memorial Coliseum team for being a great host site and partner to our host committee. To echo Chris, we could not be more excited to host the world's largest and most watched sporting event. Mayor Karen Bass and Mayor James Butts, we are grateful that you have joined us today, and we deeply appreciate everything you are doing to prepare and promote the LA region for the World Cup. To our current LA World Cup host committee ambassadors who are here with us today, 3 of the greatest athletes to ever wear the crest for our country, and 3 truly great individuals, Kobe Jones, Mia Hamm, and our newest ambassador, as of right this very moment, this morning, Julie Foudy. Thank you for... Thank you for representing our region and inspiring fans from across the globe to start their World Cup experience right here in Los Angeles. These legends of the beautiful game will work alongside our other ambassadors, and as I like to say, if you have names, drop them. Snoop Dogg, Magic Johnson, Ava Longoria, and Luka Doncic, who will all help promote the World Cup to fans here and around the world. And huge thanks to the LASIK foundational partners for their help in supporting major events like the World Cup. Amgen, a leading biotech company headquartered right here in Greater Los Angeles that harnesses the best of biology and technology to fight the world's toughest diseases. Archer, who is developing the key enabling technologies in aircraft necessary to power the future of aviation right here in Los Angeles. Kaiser Permanente, who is helping shape the future of healthcare and investing in a healthier Los Angeles. LA Metro, who serves as our official public transportation supporter and will help move our visitors and guests around the region. LA Tourism, Adam Burke, helping us tell the story of Los Angeles and encouraging global soccer fans to start their World Cup journey right here in Los Angeles. The LA Tourism Marketing District, helping promote our region through high-profile events like the World Cup. And none of this, the tournament, the fan celebrations, our legacy programs, would be possible without their support. These partners are supporting our host committee by investing in a series of legacy programs to engage the community and ensure that the impact of this once-in-a-generation event lasts long past the final whistle. You'll hear more about those programs shortly. It's also important to mention our 26 Community Champions video series that just launched. We are using the spotlight of the World Cup to shine a light on 26 outstanding local nonprofit organizations that are using the beautiful game of soccer to drive meaningful change throughout the Los Angeles region. Please give a round of applause for these 26 community champions.
All right, we're going to check back in with Bob after they make those announcements of those fan festival sites. I can't wait. It's going to be a great, great event.
All right. In the meantime, some breaking news just into our newsroom. The New York Times are reporting that federal immigration agents involved in the deadly shooting of Alex Preddy in Minneapolis have been placed on administrative leave. 37-year-old Preddy was shot and killed during an altercation with ICE agents last week. He was the second person to be killed by federal agents in Minnesota in just a matter of days. The shooting sparked large protests and a scale back of immigration enforcement crackdown in the state. At first, the Trump administration labeled Preddy as an agitator. Then they walked back those comments, saying a full investigation needs to be conducted.
And we're learning one person was killed when an explosion rocked an apartment complex.
2 others were hurt, including a child. For those details, let's go to Mario live in Bell Gardens. Mario.
Hi, Roxy and Sandra. Authorities now say that deadly blast may have been caused by homemade explosives or fireworks coming from the home you see there behind me on Purdy Avenue. You can also see some of the damage here. Now, after the flames were out, a body was found inside the home, and sheriff's officials say the person who was found inside, consistent with reports of a missing 13-year-old who was unaccounted for as the fire was raging. Take a look. Let's start with video from the Citizen app. Flames shooting high into the night sky. Neighbors all watching this unfold here on Purdy Avenue near the major intersection of Eastern and Gage just after 6 o'clock last night. That loud blast followed by a fire tearing through the 2-story apartment building. 2 people rushed to the hospital, a child who we've learned has since been released and a man who remains in critical condition this morning with burns along 90% of his body. And we just learned detectives from the LA County Sheriff's Arson and Explosives Detail responded, and during their initial investigation found materials consistent with homemade explosives and fireworks. Neighbors, meanwhile, telling us they didn't know what it was, but definitely heard and even felt it.
My wife, hey, it's fire in the corner. And the big explosion, she's so scary. The big explosion.
I heard the sound and felt it on the ground. I was concerned because of our family as well. So we ran outside and instantly we saw the flames grow tremendously. It was hard to watch because we did see like a family member come out from there, and as well as the child that's in the hospital.
And this is footage we obtained this morning from a home just down the street that shows the explosion, sending debris and pieces of the building showering down onto the street. Now, that damage forced a total of 27 residents out of 4 apartment units, with the Red Cross coming in, providing immediate shelter. Back out here to this active death investigation, you can see that group of police officers there. This morning, authorities tell us it'll take several days of processing the scene, and that's also why they brought in this command post from the Sheriff's Department. This is also a death investigation that could lead to charges being filed depending on the outcome and the evidence gathered here. We should also mention that we learned the victims all part of the same family inside that apartment unit. For now, live in Bell Gardens, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you.
Scary situation there.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, we're going to transition now and switch gears and talk about our weather forecast because it is kind of cloudy outside right now. We're picking up a lot of the high cloud cover and mid cloud cover from the south and southwest. Not rain producing clouds right now, but it is helping to filter out the sunshine a little bit. So perhaps a couple degrees cooler today than yesterday. However, that being said, high pressure is still in control, and at the lower levels, we are still seeing that offshore flow, and that does help to warm up the atmosphere. So we're still going to look for those 70s today and slightly above the average. In fact, we're looking at a warming trend as we get to the weekend. High pressure is going to strengthen beginning tomorrow, and we'll get those temperatures back in the 80s. We could be flirting with some record high temperatures as we get into Friday and Saturday, particularly the warmest of this upcoming week. As far as rain and when that next storm's coming in, I just don't see it coming in at least through the end of January and early February. We are going to start a new month this weekend. On Sunday will be February 1st, and it looks like it's going to stay dry. 64 degrees currently in downtown LA, 58 in Burbank, 62 in Santa Monica, 54 in Corona. Big Bear's warmed up to 43, 61 in Palm Springs. We're going to warm up in the low desert. Palm Springs around mid-70s today, 62 in the high desert areas of the Antelope Valley, up towards the mountains, 54 degrees with some breezes, partly cloudy skies. And as we take a look at our daytime high for downtown LA, 74 today, which is still above that average of 68. We'll get to those mid-upper 70s for the valleys and the Inland Empire and along the coast, around 67 degrees. I'll show you those much warmer temperatures coming up. My complete forecast. Back to you.
All right, Marie, thank you. The chair of the NTSB has issued a warning about possible mid-air collisions occurring at Burbank Airport. During a hearing Tuesday, the board chair laid out a series of institutional failures. She pointed in part to concerns about the mixing of commercial airplanes and helicopter traffic.
Commercial airlines have called me to say the next midair is going to be at Burbank. And nobody at FAA is paying attention to us. So whether it is involving helicopters or not, people are raising red flags. And why aren't people listening? The FAA has to ensure safety.
It is concerning because, you put your trust in the FAA and that the airports are safe. And for that to be such a major issue to be overlooked is really just concerning.
The airport has reported 6 near misses in the past 5 years.
Amazon announcing another huge round of job cuts this morning. The details straight ahead.
Meanwhile, Starbucks turning an impressive earnings report, the viral sensation that helped the coffee company turn a big profit.
And we do still have a little bit of traffic out there. Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by My Home Sold. A big improvement from just an hour ago, just a couple of incidents now. As we take a look at one of our live traffic cameras, this is actually the northbound 605. Northbound side of the cars coming at you here on the left-hand side. This is at Peck Road, and it is moving nicely on both sides of this 605, so that's good news. On the 10, going westbound towards Santa Monica out of downtown LA, between the 5 to the 4-5. Actually, big improvement. 34 minutes now. On that north 110 between the 4-5 to the 10, just 22 minutes. And on that west 60 between the 57 to the 5, just 26 minutes. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We'll give you a cash offer for your house today. Sell your house the easy way with no commissions, no fees, no repairs. For free, no obligation cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
We're following developing news in the Hyde Park area right now. Police have been searching for a suspect who led them on a wild chase. It happened early this morning.
And it's still going. That pursuit, though, ended and also included a frantic moment at Randy's Donuts. So let's bring in Gigi Graciette, who has all the details. Gigi.
That's right. We start off with breaking news. 2 suspects are in police custody, but unfortunately, a third suspect, the driver of a stolen Lexus, responsible for the second pursuit in this story, has apparently gotten away. Let's go straight to the video. This is the guy that police have been searching this Hyde Park neighborhood for all morning long. You see him here. This was caught by our eye in the sky, Skyfox above it all early this morning after that second pursuit came to a crashing end. Here around 48th and Arlington, the suspect took off running and the canines were brought in. Take a look. LAPD deploying at least 5 canine teams going door to door, backyard to backyard on 52nd, on 2nd and 3rd here again in this Hyde Park neighborhood searching for the suspect. But this all started early this morning at about 4:44. That's when we picked up this pursuit, a U-Haul with about 4 to 5 burglary suspects inside. The back door wide open, pursuing units reporting they could see suspects inside. And one by one, they started jumping out. Now, during the chase, 3 men jumped out of the moving U-Haul, scattering into the darkness. The truck, though, continued circling the area near Manchester and La Cienega. We saw him drive through Randy's Donuts at one point, and then suddenly he came back. The U-Haul stopping, 2 suspects bailing out of the truck and jumping into a waiting black Lexus that turns out was stolen. Now, police believe the driver of the U-Haul or his passenger, both burglary suspects now in custody, phoned a friend to pick them up. Now, moments later, as that Lexus took off, it actually rammed an LAPD SUV, prompting an immediate upgrade on that suspect. That driver now wanted for assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer on top of the burglary-related felonies. The Lexus blacked out and hitting speeds up to 120 miles an hour through city streets, blowing through red lights and narrowly missing several other drivers. At one point, 2 suspects did bail out in a dark area, but they were quickly caught. And again, police now confirm those 2 are the U-Haul driver and one of his passengers. The Lexus, though, continued on until it crashed into an innocent driver at 48th and Arlington. By then, the ground pursuit had been terminated, but the air unit was still overhead. Paramedics were called to treat that driver, but the Lexus driver, well, he just kept on going, taking off running, as multiple 911 callers reported seeing him sprinting through their backyards. And back at Randy's Donuts, well, you could see here police going through that U-Haul. Inside, they believe they found the stolen material. We're talking about gummies and vape cartridges, all tied to the cannabis industry. Police believe that all of that was stolen from a business distribution center early this morning on 32nd Street. So we've counted about 7 different crime scenes. But again, in a nutshell, the driver of the U-Haul and one of his passengers in that U-Haul, both suspected of burglary, are now in police custody. The driver of the stolen Lexus that picked them up appears to have gotten away. Police have broken down the search here. They had this neighborhood locked down for hours, but unfortunately, they did not find him. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
It really was a wild one this morning. All right, well, let's hope they catch that guy soon. Gigi, thank you so much for keeping up with everything that happened this morning. Meanwhile, some news here. The tech industry announcing more jobs are being cut. The picture sharing site, Pinterest, saying that they will slash about 4,500 jobs, or 15% of its workforce. The company says it will use the savings then to fund AI-focused roles. And then this morning, Amazon announcing it will cut about 16,000 corporate jobs. The company laid off about 14,000 white-collar workers last fall. Amazon says it is, quote, cutting bureaucracy. Meanwhile, the company also announced it's closing all of its Amazon Fresh stores.
Starbucks reports big earnings, though, and it's thanks in part to a little plastic bear. The company said this morning the viral bear cup and holiday drinks helped the company ring up up strong first quarter sales and beat Wall Street estimates. It is Starbucks' best performance in 2 years. Shares of the Seattle-based company jumped more than 9% before the opening bell. The company said it revamped stores to create a more welcoming customer experience, but said even it was startled by the consumer demand for its $30 bear-shaped cups, which sold out almost instantly.
Oh, I remember those.
Yep. Couldn't get our hands on them, though.
And we never did. 10:26 still ahead. Stars of The Masked Singer, Nick Cannon and Robin Thicke joining Amanda to talk about the new season of The Masked Singer. Can't wait for that.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. We really do have the best weather in the country again. Taking a look at our high temperatures across the nation today. Look at Minneapolis, 9 degrees, 15 in Chicago. That cold Arctic air mass extending all the way to the deep south. A high of just 52 degrees today in New Orleans. And look at Miami, only 65. And it's only going to get colder as we get to the upcoming weekend. Watching a nor'easter develop in the Gulf and then moving up towards the Carolinas. So a lot of snow, icy conditions all the way up into the upper Midwest again, the Northeast and the plains. So some very dangerous conditions again expected as we head into the end of the week and this upcoming weekend for that side of the country. For us, high pressure in control. That's going to give us the 70s today with that slight offshore flow. Some high clouds. That's about it. No rain producing clouds. That high will be even stronger tomorrow into Friday and Saturday. So expect those 80s to come back. It's going to feel more like summer than January or February, which will start on Sunday, by the way. 74 degrees today in Ontario, 76 in Burbank, 77 in Woodland Hills, 54 in Big Bear to that 75 in Palm Springs. I'll show you the 70 forecast in just a couple minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Maria. Loving the weather, and foodies are loving this week in LA.
That's right. That's because Winter Dine LA is underway, and Coco McAvoy has a preview. Hi there.
Hey there, Winter Dine LA has so many great deals, and you can try amazing restaurants like Nori Kaya here in Koreatown. I am here with Brendan now, one of the incredible servers. Tell us about the restaurant.
Yeah, so we are an elevated hand roll and tamake bar. We've been open since about Halloween of 2024, so a little over a year and a half-ish now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're right by the Wiltern, so we get a lot of like people coming in from shows. There's a nice little like nightlife area right around here, so we get a lot of like pre-nightlife. Sometimes if it's really late, they'll come in from another bar, get a quick bottle of sake. So yeah.
Great experience. So take us through the dishes here that you have for Dine LA.
Yeah, so this is the beginning of our Dine LA. We start with an akura tart, and then we move to a yellowtail serrano. It has this wonderful truffle oil in it. I'm not usually a fan of truffle, but it is just enough to go well with the fish and not overpower it.
Okay.
And then the next part of our first course is the truffle scallop cigar. That is my favorite dish on the menu. It is this yuzu aioli sauce that it comes with. I lick up the plate after. Some of our guests keep the plate too. I'm not saying they lick the plate, but if they do, there's no judgment here.
Right?
And then after that, we move to our hot course. This is the second course of Dine LA. We have galbi tacos and grilled baby corn.
Amazing. And you've also got an assortment of sake, right?
Yeah, we are quite known for our sake. We have a very extensive list. These are all offered on our sake flight. For people who are a little less familiar with sake, we have a sweet, a dry rich, and a dry light. And it's good to just kind of try out if you're not familiar, see what kind of gravitates towards you. And then we have a bunch of other a la carte menus, not on Dine LA, and other sakes for people who are looking for a la carte, a little
Yeah, something a little
their
different.
vibe.
Exactly, something their vibe. I love it. Thank you so much, Brendan. Great speaking with you. You have got to come and try this restaurant, and it's really a great deal for Dine LA. We're talking about $55 per person, a lot of food, delicious food. Winter Dine LA runs until Friday, February 6th. I'll send it back to you.
All right, let's go.
Delicious.
Let's
I know,
do
what
it.
a great deal.
Thank you, Coco.
Okay, thank you. All right, entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. I cannot believe it has been 14 seasons of me covering The Masked Singer, but here we are, 14 with Nick Cannon, Robin Thicke, but this year we've got Red Leather and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that may seem random to you, but not on The Masked Singer.
And Robin. I assume I'm Raphael, the bad boy. Yeah. Or you could be like Eddie Murphy in Raw.
Yeah. Delirious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Get your leather suits
You're right.
Nick, who are you?
Master Splinter.
Hey!
Look at that.
That's right, Sensei. Master
I had to,
Splinter.
the master of the show.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the one franchise that unites everybody, okay?
Right? It's
Right?
got to.
It
That
has
and
to.
Care Bears.
And Care Bears. You're absolutely right. Did you have, was Raphael truly your favorite, or do you just look good in red?
You know what? I just wanted to wear that outfit. I loved Eddie Murphy Delirious, and I've always wanted to wear a red leather suit. Like
Yeah.
you pulled it off. Amazing. Thank you very much.
Off, indeed. Guys, 14 years. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm part of the TMS
You are.
family
You are.
journey. We've been together through a pandemic.
All of it.
Through all of it. It's athletes, singing, professional singers, actors, influencers.
Just bringing family fun.
Bringing family fun.
Each season.
I mean, to this day, who do you think was the most shocking elimination that you see it first because you're right there?
Right there.
But who do you think was the most shocking elimination to this day?
I think Lil Wayne, you know, not getting noticed, or the fact that I didn't get Lil Wayne, and I've done so many songs with him, I will never forgive myself for that.
That one sticks with
but
you.
one of my favorite ever unmaskings was this season, Tiffany Haddish, Labubu. Oh, yeah.
That was so good.
They had to cut down, you know, her comedy to just a couple minutes, but she had us laughing for 15 minutes.
That's our girl.
I've never
That's our girl.
I've never laughed harder on the show than when Tiffany was
Oh
on.
my gosh. Okay, that's a memorable one.
Oh, the best.
And for you?
And it's probably
Same?
the same
because those are all our actual friends.
Yeah.
So, like, Wayne, I kind of figured it out towards and because Wayne
was so excited because he saw T-Pain, which is like the classic one. And he was like, I want to do that. So he called me, so I had to keep that a secret. But I told him, don't tell me who you are or what you're going to be.
I thought it was Shaun White. Okay? That's the magic of this show.
Yeah, exactly.
That you can know somebody for 20 years and think they're Shaun White.
You know what? It's so true that your guesses, you guys are all sitting at the same table, the same proximity to the stage, yet they can be so different.
Well, I have bad eyesight. It's bad. It's called cataracts.
But it's entertaining nonetheless, even when you get it wrong. But you've been doing pretty good these last few seasons.
You know what? I do well with the ear. I do well with the ear or body language. If I recognize a certain type of body language that I've seen before, like I remember Terry Bradshaw, you know, he always laughs with his shoulders like this.
Point.
So he was on the show, and right away when he went like this, I was like, oh, that's Terry Bradshaw.
You knew it, the physicality of it.
Yeah, the physicality.
Listen, I just think it's fun to be a part of a show where every week people say take it off, and it's totally okay.
You know what's crazy? Because it's now become a phenomenon. I never thought I was going to get away with that. Because when I came up, I was like, I'm going to have everybody say, take it off. And it stuck. Like, but
it did.
You know, that comes from a different
we didn't think that would make the edit.
And it became a thing.
Turns out it's everything.
It's a theme song.
It's that and who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
And take it up, for sure. I love a theme night. I love a theme in general. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, tonight is the night. TMNT. I think that's why you kind of wore a subtle
turtle color.
Yeah, turtle color. And order your pizza. Get your pizza ready.
Get your
turtle power.
Turtle
Pizza
Power. You
Ken's
guys
performing.
Oh, yeah, and Ken's performing the theme song for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You're not going to want to miss that. Another highlight of the show was when he sang the Barbie song, the I Am Ken.
I'm Just Ken. Yes, perfect.
That was one of my favorites.
How do they come up with the themes? The same way I want to ask how they come up with these elaborate costumes. Just when I think they can't go above and beyond anymore with these costumes.
We have such an amazing crew.
Yeah, the costume design is incredible. And also, there's no limits. There's no ceiling, no cap. They literally made an eggplant, you know, and a big purple eggplant.
They truly did. Also, on a local note, I think it's so great that the show has stayed in LA, provided a lot of jobs for the industry.
Hundreds,
and you know, has brought back a lot of people that have worked on the show. They can keep a secret.
I said thanks to all of the celebrities because they live here.
Right.
So we can't shoot it nowhere else.
Yeah, they were like, we'll move it to Atlanta. No, you won't.
No, you won't.
Everybody's here.
Everybody's here. So it's great. I mean, not only is Masked Singer good for our entertainment, it's good for the industry being right here. I want the show to go another 14 seasons.
So do we.
Yeah. 44.
44. When you first signed on to it 14 seasons ago and someone told you, hey, this show is going to go well into like over a dozen seasons, what would you have said?
Well, he was involved from the beginning. I actually, I had seen Ryan Reynolds when he was promoting Deadpool 2. He performed on the South Korean version, and it went viral, and I happened to see it. And a few days later, my manager calls me and says, hey, I don't know if you'd be into this, but there's this new show called The Masked Singer. And I said, I just saw Ryan Reynolds do the South Korean version singing Tomorrow, dressed as a unicorn. And so I was like, you know what? It was so funny and charming. I think it could really work. So anytime you do, as Nick knows, he does so many different shows, you never know what's going to connect. But I think our chemistry, besides the show being so well produced, but it's our chemistry. We love working together. We love being together. And Nick was one of the reasons that I got the show. They asked Nick, what's it like?
Excuse me. Are you his manager?
He put in the good word for me because we worked together on Real Husbands of Hollywood with Kevin Hart.
That's right.
So they asked him, what's it like working with Robin? He gave me a good word, and I got the gig.
And you didn't even have to give him 10%.
Come on, now he's my man.
He's still asking. I have not as many kids as him, but I got a lot of kids.
Yeah, you got a family.
Split it up.
Right. Guys, Grammys are this weekend.
Yes.
You're both tapped into music.
Yes.
Okay, who do you think's night it's going to be on Sunday? Are we thinking Kendrick? Are we thinking Sabrina Carpenter?
I think it's Olivia Dean's night, to be honest. I think she wins Best New Artist and Best Album.
I will co-sign
that. That's my opinion.
You know, I'm going to root for Kendrick, you know.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah, Kendrick and SZA, baby. I want Song of the Year to go for sure. Thank you both for coming in. We love you. We love The Masked Singer. Thank you for entertaining us. Season after season, week after week, tonight at 8, right here on Fox 11. Describe it in one word tonight besides turtle time.
No, so you took it. I was going to say turtle power.
Turtle power. There we go. Okay, we will be right back. Take it off.
Yeah.
Take it off.
See, that can mean anything. That can mean anything.
Here we go.